Hal Jordan, The Green Lantern Corps, number 47, Robert Venditti writing, Fernando Pasarin on the art. So, go on.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mixed issue again, actually. In the sense that it's a little bit too fragmented. There's just a bit too much going on for one issue, because we're dealing with all of the plots except John. So we've got Hal, we've got Guy, and we've got Kyle all going on in the one issue. And I feel like it suffers a little for that, because there are completely separate plots. They're all in completely separate places in the universe. So, I mean, it's a bit much. But so I'll take the Hal plot, which bookends it. It definitely starts it. I'm pretty sure it ends on Hal as well, or barring the epilogue tease. But Hal is on the planet where he made his ring at the start of this run. Was that in the Rebirth issue?
Yeah, because I read that.
Yeah. So he's on that icy sort of planet, and he's with Hammond. And we left the last issue with Hammond kind of taking over his mind and wiping it blank. He didn't know who he was. And Hammond's just like, oh, you're Hal. We're friends. And Hal, he has a little voice in his head being like, oh, don't listen to him. Hammond's messing with our mind. And he's fighting back. And it turns out, like, when he created the ring on this world, he actually changed this planet. It was that powerful. And there's like this remnant of his will still in the planet. And that's why he brought Hammond here in the first place, is that if Hammond tried anything, this would be the place where he'd have the best chance of fighting back. And you have this great page of he sees this Green Lantern version of himself, because he's in his civvies at this point. And it reminds him who he is, and it's like, no, we're Hal Jordan. And then and then he's back. And then Hammond's like, right, okay, I'm the God Brain, and you're strong enough to resist my powers. Do you understand all those guilt that the thoughts that you have about, oh, maybe I should kill them? The fact that you can resist me proves that you can resist those thoughts. That they're just feelings and thoughts, so that you'd never actually act on them. So you're okay. You're still a good person.
Cat's fine, just for the record. Cat's fine.
Yeah. Hammond was actually trying to help him. He was trying to prove a point of like, hey, you can fight against me, and I'm pretty damn powerful. If you can take on this, you've got the willpower to resist the thought of maybe you should kill them, which is what Hal's been grappling with over the past 5 or 6 issues. And Hal's like, yeah, okay, you kind of had a screwed up way of making your point, but cheers, I appreciate what you're trying to do. So they go off, and it's like, yeah, glad to fight beside you. You're
so what's Hammond's motivation right now? Why is he?
He wants to be good. He wants to be better. That's where we've been in the last few issues, where he's kind of reformed. He's still very screwed up. He doesn't quite understand what he's doing all the time, but he's trying to be better. Hal's inspired him to be a better person, essentially. So that's why Hal's recruited him to help fight against the Dark Stars, because he is kind of proof that people can change and shouldn't be killed. But other plot, we'll do Kyle, because it's the least interesting one, frankly. Kyle and Cabby are still on New Genesis. They're in a cell still. Orion basically comes up and goes, "Hey, guards, you're dismissed. I want to talk to them." And they try fighting, resisting him a bit. Like, well, High Father said we should stay here. He's like, yeah, well, High Father's not here. I'm in command. Piss off. And so he just immediately lets them out, and he's like, come on, let's go. He's going to boom tube away. But Space Cappy won't leave without his cab, obviously. So
course,
they go in and they get it, and they can't open the door to fly out. So Orion just opens a boom tube, and they fly out. Well, and that's basically it. That's the end of their thing. There's not very much to it. It's, again, why I feel like it's just a bit overstuffed, because it's not adding much other than just setting him back up for next issue. The Guy stuff is pretty good. We had him. We ended with him in the Dark Star uniform, confronting his father, about to kill him, and Arkelo showed up to stop him. And this issue for them is basically just them talking. Arkelo going, "Hey, I'm your friend. Remember, what are you doing here?" And reminding him that people can change because he's changed. Because again, trying to override the Dark Star logic and prove to them that people can change. Why this is why we don't just kill them. And eventually he breaks through to it when he's about to blast Arklo's face off. He's beaten, he's bloodied, and Arklo's like, hey, if you really want to kill me, then but I don't think you want this. You're my friend. And Guy has a little tear in his eye, and his willpower overpowers the Dark Star. And it turns out he put it on intentionally. He drew it out because he wanted to get inside. It talks about the hive mind that's in there. They're all talking to each other. It's a riot mentality with a badge is the phrase he uses. And then him and Arklo, he goes, hey, any chance of the rest of the Yellows joining us? And he's like, no, they probably hate me just for helping you out on this, but screw it. So obviously they're off back to join the fight, and that's pretty much everyone's heading back to Mogo, and not a moment too soon, because the epilogue is Kilowog and Salak just back at base, tending to some wounded that have been hurt by the Dark Stars, being like, I don't know how John does it, making all these choices. They don't envy him, and then the Dark Stars show up, and there is a shitload of them. They just form a massive circle around Mogo. And that's where we leave it. So we're going to presumably have the rest of them come in as the reinforcements with their various helps that they've recruited over the last few issues.
Yeah, because we're getting, 50's the last one of this run?
50's the last one, yeah. So we've got
got 3 more. Interesting. Yeah. That sounds... it's nice that all 4 Lanterns are getting some time. I mean, that's nice.
It is. No John in this issue, but his stuff with Zod's kind of done.
Yeah.
It's just on his way back.
Yeah. Plus, you're getting your John fix in Justice League now as well. So.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think, like I said, art's pretty solid. Very little complaints, but it's nothing standout either. Except a couple of panels here or there, like when Hal remembers who he is and he flares up with all his power. He's like, beware my power. And that's a pretty nice panel. And then the ending full page of the Dark Star surrounding Mogo is a really nice page as well. Like I said, a little overstuffed. I think it's the guy and the Hal stuff works. It's Kyle. Just it doesn't add anything other than he's heading back. It didn't accomplish anything other than I mean he's got Orion, but he didn't have the same arc that the others went through. He just showed up, went, hey Orion, do you want to come and help? That was about it.
Well, you're in it then.
I give it a 7.